welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I am going to link the other parts in this little mini series of me revisiting my save files below if you want to check them out. I have two other parts and they go from the very beginning of my Winchester Legacy, and we're going to be visiting some more save files in this part that continues the story. So we're just going to jump into it. I'm so excited. If you haven't seen these videos yet, definitely check them out if you want to get to know my Sims and my Winchester Legacy a little bit better. This video is going to go over like the Get Famous era and also Strangerville and maybe a little bit after that, but we're going to start here with Get Famous. So in the last part, we visited this family here with Bentley and Bailey. They were teenagers and now they have moved to Del Sol Valley with some of their friends, and I'm going to show you guys that. I had so much fun playing this pack with the Sims as well as the Strangerville pack, so I'm so excited to jump into this video. This might be the one I'm looking forward to the most. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and start. This is back from January of 2019. I'm probably not going to go over all of the households because now that we're getting into more generations, it's really becoming a lot, but I will go ahead and show you Harley and Morgan are still living here in the household that I showed you in the last part. And we've got Isley living with her two sons. So Finn and Reed are aged up now. I think Reed might be an adult or a teen. But anyway, we'll get to them later. But they're living there. We've got Morgan and Harley here. Their twins have moved out, so we're going to see what they're up to. Also, Niall and Jude are still living here in their apartment in San Myshuno in the Arts District. I believe I showed you guys that in the last part too, so we won't revisit them. But yeah, they're still living here. Basically, we're going to be focusing on Del Sol Valley and Bailey and Bentley. So Bentley moved in with his three best friends from high school, Bradley, Jax, and Pierce. And then Bailey also moved in with her friends, Barbie and Jessie. So let's see. I don't know which one. I definitely played with their household more. So we'll start with Bailey and her friends. I had so much fun with this expansion pack and with these Sims. But this was the house that they were renting here in Del Sol Valley. It looks like it's fall, which is so pretty. Barbie was, you know, becoming an actress. She's already level 3, it looks like, and she has a gig coming up actually. And then Bailey was always into fashion growing up. Like in high school, she was very fashionable. We'll definitely be checking out her outfits. But she was into the style influencer career. She was already level 4. And then Jessie was kind of like a SimTuber. This was her room and she did her YouTube videos or SimTube videos. I think I eventually had a bed in here for Bailey, but I guess right now maybe they were sharing a room. But anyway, this was their house. I downloaded it off the gallery and I think it's so nice. It was super fun to play the acting career with Barbie and, you know, the style career, and also try out the YouTube or SimTube career. Something kind of neat too was that Barbie is a sister to Bradley, and then Jessie is Jax's sister too. But yeah, they'd always throw parties together. They would celebrate each other's like promotions in work, or when Barbie got a gig and it went really well. They would go out clubbing together at a nightclub I had here in Del Sol Valley. It was super fun to play with all of them, and they were all like a really close group of friends. Jessie and Bentley definitely had a crush on each other. It was a long time before they fell in love, but they eventually do. And then Barbie definitely flirted with like her directors and the different people she worked with and like actors. You know, she was trying to climb the celebrity ladder or whatever. Bailey was kind of the style icon, and I definitely had quite a few outfits for her. She still has some looks from when she was a teen, so I do change them eventually, and I'm surprised I haven't yet. Those are pretty much all looks from when she was a teenager, but I did give her some like formal looks for when they went out to, oh my gosh, look at her blush. It's so intense. For if they got any awards or, you know, needed to mingle with some celebrities. But yeah, actually her outfits aren't that impressive now that I'm thinking about it. I eventually change them as she like gets better in her career. But I think she's pretty cute. These are her swimsuit and then her hot weather wear. She's got the sunglasses and then her cold weather wear. And then Barbie was super fun to style. I pretty much just pretended she was like an actual Barbie, and she had this really long, beautiful blonde hair. And yeah, and I loved this outfit, this ponytail that came with Get Famous. And then her formal wear. So she has kind of like a date night look. And then like the formal wear that she would wear if she got an award for one of her movies. And yeah, this is her looks. I definitely wanted to do the pink quite a bit on her. and her hot weather, and then her cold weather. I definitely changed their style as they age. This is very much, they just graduated, they just moved out here to become famous, so they still have like kind of a, you know, youthful style. But Jessie was super fun to style too. She was one of my favorites. Her and Bentley did get into a relationship eventually. Right now they just have a little bit of a crush on each other. But there's her party wear, her swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather. But yeah, this was definitely them starting out. Their home changes as time goes on, their style changes, but it was just super fun to have them all get together and like throw little parties for each other and the different successes they had in their life. But I think we'll go ahead and head over to Bentley's place with his friends. It's definitely more of like the, you know, big influencer house. Okay, so we're gonna go to, I guess, this next save file. It was like a month later, or yeah, a month and a half later. Yeah, and so we'll go here. This was also when Strangerville came out, so we'll definitely be checking in with Reed and Finn as well. Their home, it's super nice. Pierce was living up here, and Pierce is a music producer, so he would make music. He would also DJ, and whenever they went out to the nightclub, I would have him play his tracks on the DJ and also DJ for tips. I think I had a mod or something. But yeah, he would get a few tips from that. And then Bentley's room was over here. He was a sim tuber, but he was mostly into gaming, which he still does that nowadays. He was a pretty popular sim tuber. I think he actually had an award here, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Jax, who was Jesse's brother. I'm going to change him because I don't think that's an outfit I gave him. He was in the style influence career, and he was in the other branch other than Bailey, and he's level 8. He had this whole area down here. This was his room, which I thought was so perfect because he has this whole closet space for his career and all that. And then he had this office too where he would do his career. So he had the whole basement, which was pretty nice. And then Bradley, he wanted to become famous no matter what it took. And he was like a bartender. I eventually get him to be a mixologist. But yeah, he was trying to date, I don't know if he, oh yeah, so he dated some of like the celebrities. And he definitely had a relationship with Judith, which was super funny. He just wanted to be famous, and let's see how he's doing. I don't think he actually ever did very well. He was a rising star though. And then they did get a dog because of course that would help their channels and their you know, Simstagrams or whatever they could post about their dogs. So they got little Meme, who is so cute. I think I eventually actually let Jax and his husband adopt them and like have them once they moved out, because eventually they all moved out and like went their own ways. But Jax was in a relationship with Sage, who I think was like a model. So yeah, they were in a relationship. Bradley was trying to get with all the celebrities, anyone who could, you know, help him get his name out there. And then Pierce eventually married Eveline, and they had a baby together. They had Diamond, who is Ariel's friend. If you watch my Winchester Legacy, you know Diamond, but that's their daughter, which is super cool. Bentley, of course, yeah, him and Jessie are now together. So here's Bentley's different looks. He actually has quite a few of these still today, even though he's like almost probably going to be an elder soon. I just haven't really changed his style much because I think it just really fits his personality. But here's his swimwear and hot weather and then cold weather. But yeah, he was a gaming like sim tuber and just always hung out with his friends. He was like head over heels for Jessie. But here is Pierce's different looks he had. He was into the music and also pretty sporty. He was a really good friend to everybody, and yeah, I really enjoyed him in the group. And then Jax was definitely into the fashion, and he was a little more responsible, I think. But here's his different looks. His hot weather and his cold weather. And then Bradley, oh my gosh, Bradley I feel like was always getting up to trouble. But here's his looks. He definitely wanted to get famous any way he could. And I wonder if that's because Barbie was so, like, doing so well in her acting career, and they're, you know, brother and sister. So maybe he felt like he needed to, you know, get on her level or whatever. But here's their little pup. He was so sweet. So I don't know if I showed the rest of the house, but yeah, this was Bradley's room and they just kind of hung out. They had like, you know, little cookouts out here, going out and being seen at like the nightclubs and all that. But this is a good introduction to these guys. I do want to go to the other side of this video, which is going to be Finn and Reed. So Finn and Reed live right here. We're going to head into their home and see what is up. This was, I think the world is going to be all kinds of crazy because yeah, they definitely did not solve it yet. So this is going to be kind of fun to go back to that. Oh, and they're actually here at the secret lab, which is kind of cool. But basically, let me give you a little backstory. I did not know what to do with Finn or Reed. I hadn't played with them for a while. I wasn't, you know, playing with them as much as I was with the other side of the family. So when this pack came out, I was like, how perfect is it that Finn wants to be in the military? Because he was in the Llama Scouts, and I thought, you know, he really liked that sense of structure and like hard work and all that. So I thought it was perfect that he joined the military, and then the military wanted him to you know, move out here and help with the situation that they were having. And then Reed, you know, he's quite a bit younger than Finn. He had just recently aged up to a young adult, and he wanted to join Finn because he didn't really have much going for him. He's kind of a shy, nerdy sim. And yeah, so he followed him out here. Yeah, so Reed's already started on this whole adventure. He's also should be friends with Erwin. I love him and Erwin's relationship. They're such good friends. But yeah, let's head actually to their house really quick. So this is their little house that the military helped, you know, Finn get set up with. And it's pretty basic right now. It has changed quite a lot. But this was Finn's room with all the military stuff. He's already got quite a few awards, which is nice. And then Reed's room was in here. He's got, you know, the files and the papers all sprawled out. But yeah, they lived here, and Reed didn't have a job at the time, so he was just kind of exploring. He'd like come over here a lot and like read, and he just noticed that things were not quite right. He also would come over to this little stand and hang out with Erwin, which it looks like Erwin's not here right now. But yeah, they were good friends. But maybe we'll head forward in time and see how crazy it gets. I really want to like revisit that. So let's just go to another save file. I love how I titled these. I think we should go to this one. This was March 2nd of 2019. Continue story, friends with mom. I don't even know what that means, but let's check this out. Oh my gosh, stop the infection. You've discovered the source of the infection plaguing Strangerville, an enormous mother plant buried in the base of the lab. The only way to get to the town back to normal is to defeat the vile creature. Oh my gosh. So it's going to be like, yeah, really crazy. Is the storm? I don't know. I haven't played with this for so long. It's so cool to see it again. But yeah, there's like all these plants. Reed is doing something over here. Oh god, the plants in the sink were so gross. So yeah, we haven't solved it yet, which I'm excited about. But I know that Finn actually did get possessed for a while. Yeah, so he's infected. That's so cool. Hopefully he'll start running around like a weirdo. I always thought it was so funny. But anyway, let's see his career. He's level 7, so he's doing really well. At this point, he was helping Reed, I think, with, you know, the whole infection. Because now he's like, he definitely knows something's going on. But in the beginning, he was like super annoyed by his brother. He's like, you're just being paranoid, you know, because he definitely has that paranoid trait. So Finn was just kind of annoyed and like, listen, I'm just trying to do my military career. I'm not trying to focus on this. Reed is so funny. Okay, let's head home though, because I do want to go back to their house. So their house has changed a little bit, not much though. But yeah, he's gotten more of his like honor awards, and his room's looking a little bit different. He's got a whole setup here. And they always were ordering pizza. They didn't really want to cook much. So let's go and look at their outfits. Reed definitely has the colander hat. I had to put that on him. It's so funny. And he's got quite a few other outfits too. He was, you know, kind of geeky, kind of nerdy and quiet. So he had a little bit of a style that resembled that. But I just loved Reed. He was awesome. I mean, he still is. He's still in my game. And then Finn had the military jacket. He still does to this day. And some different outfits. Oh my gosh. I think this was his outfit when they were like going on adventures. I don't even know, but that's so funny. And then he's got a few formal outfits. His athletic, his sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather. But basically I would have Reed and Erwin just run around town doing their little investigating. It does look like Reed did have a little bit of a crush at one point, but it never really came, like nothing ever came out of it. Reed hasn't ever really had a girlfriend or a serious relationship. And then Finn, I know he had a few girlfriends actually, and I believe he actually proposed to the Sim, but she rejected him. So yeah, that ended. And he eventually meets Leah, so we'll check that out in a little bit later save file. I would also have Finn go to this bar here that I downloaded, and he would meet with a bunch of his military buddies. He had quite a few friends from work, I believe. Yeah, so he was pretty good friends with like Darian, and I think Caitlin was also in the military. And yeah, they just hang out. Reed would go to the library and do his investigating with Erwin. Okay, I think we're going to move ahead in time quite a bit. Yeah, we'll check out this one. This was March 25th of 2019. Looks like they've moved to their home. So at this point in time, they've definitely solved the case. Reed is living on his own and he has a daughter. Oh my gosh, it's Aurora. I'm so excited to show you guys. So after solving the Strangerville mystery, Reed did join the science career. He's literally already level 6, so he's done very, very well in this career. This is their home. It's changed up quite a bit. And he did get this plant from solving the mystery. And then he does have a daughter, as you can see. So Reed was in the science career, of course. He got abducted about 1,000,000 times, and he did end up having a daughter. So this is little Aurora. Of course, you know her if you watch any of my videos. She was in my Eco Lifestyle Let's Play and also in the Winchester Legacy from time to time. So yeah, at this point, she's the only grandchild. Reed never really expected to have a family. He never really was interested in a relationship. He kind of liked doing things on his own, but since he had a daughter, you know, his daughter's like was his best friend and they did everything together. It was just so nice for him to have someone in his life, especially Aurora. They just have a really special father-daughter relationship. They've always been there for each other growing up. So yay, I'm so happy for them. But yeah, so Finn moved out. Finn was doing really good in his military career, so he moved up here to like the Shady Acres, like expensive neighborhood, and he moved there with Leah, his, I don't know if they're married yet, his wife maybe, I'm not sure yet. So this is their house. This is so wild to see because I've definitely changed it so much over the years I've been playing with them. But this is their house when they first moved in. And yeah, it's just so wild to see. But oh, they have like a little crib and a baby bed. I wonder if she's not pregnant yet, but they do get married if they're not already. Okay, so they are married. It's after the wedding. I don't know. Oh, I have put some pictures down of their wedding. They had like a barn wedding because Leah is kind of like from the country. She's like a farm girl. And so they had a little bit of like a barn themed wedding. But yeah, they eventually have a family and have 3 children. So we'll check that out. I'm surprised they have so many like toddler stuff already. So I think I was planning for them to have kids soon. They probably just had the wedding and I was getting ready to start them on having their family. But I do want to check out their outfits, or at least Leah's. Yeah, Leah has like the cowboy boots. So I just thought she was like a farm girl. She loves to garden. So I gave her this little gardening outfit, some with gloves too. And her formal wear, I thought that dress was nice on her. Here's her wedding outfit. And then her athletic sleep, party, swimwear, hot weather, and her cold weather. And I just gave her this because it's not very cold in Strangerville, but I love this hot weather outfit and the cowboy hat. And then Finn probably has about the same, so we won't go over that. But here's Charlie. I love him. They still have him. So that's them at this point. And I don't know if we should check on Bentley and Bailey just yet, but maybe I'll take a peek and see where they're at. So Bentley and Jesse like got into a serious relationship and they moved here to this home together. So they did move on, and then Barbie was doing like really well in the acting career. She became like an A-list celebrity or whatever, and she also dated, I think he was another actor, and they were in a lot of movies together. So they're living in this like crazy mansion. And then Pierce moved in here. He actually did have a baby pretty quick, and he, you know, married Eveline, and so that's Diamond, little Diamond. She is in my Winchester Legacy as well. She's best friends with Ariel, so I think Ariel and her went to college together. And then Bradley, I think I just had him stay there because I didn't know what to do with him. He eventually does actually marry, I think her name's Vanessa with the blue hair. I can't remember, but yeah, I think he eventually marries her. And then Bailey, let's go see where Bailey's at. So I do want to go check here because Bailey actually did meet someone. She met Miko, and we'll check out their apartment and kind of, I'll tell you their story a little bit. So they had just moved into this penthouse. So Bailey is pretty high up on the fashion career, and she was like styling celebrity Sims, and Miko was one of her clients. Miko is a digital artist and like a freelance artist. So that's kind of how they hit it off, and Miko basically was like, here, come live with me in this big penthouse, and that's what she did. They eventually got married. Yeah, they're not married yet. I think I did put boxes out and like put stuff on the floor to make it look like they were just moving in, which is so cute, and they've got like an undecorated tree. But I want to show you guys Miko's outfits because I really liked her style. She is supposed to be Japanese, and I do have them in my Snowy Escape Let's Play, along with Bentley and his family nowadays. So if you want to see more of them, definitely check that out. But let's check out her outfit. She has many of the same ones today. And she is a little bit older. I think she's already an adult, and Bailey is still should be a young adult. But these are her looks. I loved these different styles. And this one, so she's kind of like bohemian, and she's like a painter, an artist, and she also likes to, you know, have her Asian culture come through in her outfits too. So I thought that was really cool. And there's her other party look for when they go out. Here's her swimwear, her hot weather, and her cold weather. And let's actually take a look at Bailey's too, because I hope I changed her style by now. Oh wait, yes, okay, I gave her some outfits for her stylist career. Definitely more like mature and professional. But yeah, that's them. They're just living here in San Myshuno. Okay, so I actually think that's where I'm going to end this part. I'm gonna have probably one more part where I revisit some more save files. I'm gonna try to do that until I catch up to where I started my Winchester Legacy here on my channel. In that part, Leah and Finn will have their children, and then also I know Island Living came out, and there's some gameplay that I want to show you guys there that has to do with Bentley and his relationship with Jesse. You know, there's a lot of drama there, so that'll be kind of fun to check out. But I hope I went over everything I wanted to. This was just so much fun with the Get Famous and Strangerville game pack. I really enjoyed this like generation or this era of gameplay with the Sims, especially with these Sims and all the memories I made with them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!